In a village nestled by the banks of the great river Niger, there was born a girl named Olaedo. Her name meant precious gold, and indeed, her skin shimmered like the first light of dawn, her eyes as deep and clear as the river that cradled her people. From the moment she took her first breath, it was clear that Olaedo was not like the other children. The elders whispered among themselves, for they knew the old stories, tales of the river spirits who sometimes left their mark on the living. Olaedo's powers began to manifest early. At the age of 5, she could call the fish from the depth of the river to her hand with just a song. By the time she was 10, the rains would follow wherever she danced, blessing the parched lands with life. But her abilities frightened the villagers. They feared what they did not understand, and rumors spread that Olaedo was cursed, a daughter of the river who would bring misfortune to the village. When she turned 18, a terrible drought struck the village. The river, once abundant and life-giving, shrank into a mere trickle. Crops withered, and the animals began to die. The villagers, desperate and afraid, turned their suspicions on Olaedo. They believed that her powers had angered the river spirits and that the only way to save themselves was to cast her out. Despite her tears and pleas, the villagers drove her from the village, banishing her to the wildlands beyond the river. Heartbroken and alone, Olaedo wandered through the dense forest, her heart heavy with sorrow. But the river, her true mother, never abandoned her. It whispered to her through the rustling leaves, guiding her steps to a hidden pool deep within the forest, a sacred place where the river spirits dwelled. There, in the heart of the forest, Olaedo met the river spirits, who revealed her true heritage. They told her that she was not cursed but blessed, chosen to protect the river and all who depended on it. They taught her to fully embrace her powers, to command the waters, and to heal the land. With each passing day, Olaedo grew stronger, mastering the forces that had once frightened her. 3 years passed, and the village's plight worsened. The drought had become a famine, and the villagers were on the brink of despair. They had tried everything, sacrifices, prayers, and even calling upon distant shamans, but nothing could bring the rains back. It was then that the elders remembered Olaedo, the daughter of the river they had cast out. Swallowing their pride, they sent a delegation to find her, led by the village's eldest woman. They found Olaedo in the forest, her presence radiating with power and peace. The villagers begged for her forgiveness, imploring her to save them from the calamity they had brought upon themselves. Olaedo, though hurt, had not let bitterness consume her heart. She knew that her true purpose was to protect the village and the river that sustained it. She returned with the delegation, her steps firm and her spirit resolute. Upon her arrival, she stood at the edge of the dried-up riverbed, lifting her arms to the sky. She called upon the river spirits and the clouds above, her voice like thunder. The skies darkened, and a mighty wind swept through the village. The people watched in awe as Olaedo danced and sang, her song echoing with the ancient power of the river. The clouds gathered, and soon, a deluge of rain poured down, filling the river to its brim. The parched earth drank greedily, and within days, the crops began to sprout anew. The animals returned, and the village was saved. The villagers, now full of gratitude and shame, asked Olaedo to stay and lead them. They built her a house by the river and honored her as the guardian of their village. Olaedo accepted their apology, knowing that her journey had brought her to a place of understanding and forgiveness. She remained by the river, watching over the village, ensuring that harmony between the people and the river was never broken again. And so, Olaedo, once cast out as a curse, became the savior of her people, a living reminder that what we fear and shun may one day be our greatest blessing.